Yeah, that's a true thing. I personally witnessed that. You know, I don't know the details of the deal that he did between him and Puma, but whatever that deal was, I got the call that, man, look, this what we gonna do. Got 2,000 pairs of tennis shoes. We need to figure out a way. All right, we ended up hitting Digby Park. Hundreds of people showed up to get these shoes. Like the look that was on those children's faces to be able to say, man, you know what? They was that close to somebody that they looked at as a celebrity. You know, that was my first time witnessing that. And to get those tennis shoes, they was happy to receive that stuff. We left there, went to Baton Rouge, and they got hundreds of people out there in line to get autographs, to take pictures, to get these shoes. And that was a big moment, but it wasn't celebrated. It didn't make the news. It wasn't celebrated by the people that's presently in hip hop culture. It wasn't thumbed it up. It wasn't 2 thumbs up for that. You know, you didn't hear about that stuff. But when they come down to something that they can put a negative stamp on, hey man, boom, they jump on it. And that's what's being meant by the lyric in the song. You know, I love my city, but I love God even more. The city on the glorified foolishness. And anybody that accept that in a negative mindset wouldn't be a supporter of that movement anyway. Because that's like saying, I choose to be worldly instead of being spiritual. You know, now, what sane person would choose that? Only a person that's stuck in a lower vibration of thinking. And those people won't support anyway. You know, those are the people that won't come to the shows anyway. Those are the people that probably won't get the message anyway. So at the end of the day, you got to stick to your mission. And the vision is to spread the awareness of these types of things. You know what I'm saying? To show that, hey man, if this person can do it, it's time for a shift, it's time for a change, not only in hip hop, but in the culture and with the communities from where we come from. This is the movement, this is, you know, this was going on. So at the end of the day, you have to applaud something like that. And for me, I'm going to stand behind a person that stands behind anything like that, that's willing to change the mind frame and change the condition of not only the individual, but also the community. Because if you haven't gotten to a point of saying, you know what, stop letting me see what I can take from the world and what the world can give me, and let me see what I can give back. Let me see how I can be an answer to the problem. Because for me, myself, I've been a part of the problem for so long. Now, with the power of positive thinking, I was able to change that. Now I'm able to impact people on a different level. And this is what it's about. So hip-hop in New Orleans, in its present state, it has the same thing going on in it that's been going on in it. And nothing positive has come from out of that. Not too many success stories come from it. So if I would ever have to, I'm going to go with the person that's more closer to me and more of my thinking. You know, besides from the religious aspect of it, I only didn't agree with the fact of putting Jesus in it because everybody don't follow Jesus. Everybody don't get the concept of Jesus. Everybody not Christian. So when you universalize it, then it's a bigger movement, and I'm 110% in agreement with that. But as a person, I know that that individual stand on the things that he's been standing on since I met it. Since I was introduced to the first form of music, it's been the same. And the stance never changed, just the platform got bigger. And as the platform got bigger, it's time to bring the message. And this is what the message is. So people that are not of the flock won't be of the flock anyway. And as far as saying that the city glorified negativity, anybody from the city know. Me personally, I'm from downtown New Orleans. More specifically, the Lower Ninth Ward. Anybody know that anybody from the Lower Ninth Ward, they're a different type of people. They walk different, they talk different, they dress different, they act different. You know, that's just the culture from which I was raised. So more recently, when I was able to experience some backstage footage through an invite to the video shoot of the young guy Teezy, a shout out to him, an up and coming rapper from the Lower Ninth Ward, you know, blew big through TikTok, You know, he was able to bring a crowd and to see all of those kids out there again to look up to him and saying, okay, they can be like him. If he can do it, then they can do it too. Because for me, I didn't see that. I didn't see that type of mentality in the area, and I grew up in the same area. I had to look up to the drug dealers and the people that was doing the wrong things. Those are the people that I looked up to. Those are the people that I was influenced by. So at the end of the day, they don't have to see that. And that was big for me. And that's bigger than the one day party event that's gonna happen, whether it's Super Bowl or whether it's the next second line or whether it's the next whatever. I think further than that. I'm thinking further to the impact of, okay, let's see how we can change all of this here. You want to answer to the way to change the youth, to change the mind frame, to understand what's going on, to want to have a different outcome in the streets amongst our kids. This is the way to do it. And that's what I'm in agreement with. That's why I stand behind a person that has principles, a person that stands on morals and values. It doesn't matter how many chains you got on your neck, what type of car you drive, what type of house you live in, because we know that there are some mentally imbalanced people that live in nice houses. We know they got some messed up individuals that drive nice cars. So that stuff is not important now as it was before. It's a more spiritual thing. So if you're not operating on this level of trying to raise your level of raise your frequency of awareness, then you stuck and you're gonna get left behind, and that's just what it is. And if it starts with the movement through the music, then that's what it is. But at the end of the day, ultimately, we all can benefit from a situation that can raise us up to that next level of consciousness, because that's what the end goal is. So in order to get different results, you got to do something different. And as a community, as a culture in New Orleans, that's something that we never did. We always behind whatever it is that's negative. You get that energy going and going and going, and it spread through the city and it's wildfire. But something like this, even with my man Shamar Allen, it's one of the first black trumpet players to play in the White House during the Obama administration. But the city don't know nothing about that. He's one of the best trumpet players in the city of New Orleans. I've literally watched him teach hundreds of kids how to read music, how to play musical instruments that got scholarships to go to NOCA. Through him, I watched him put these children on the big stage as far as Jazz Fest and other festivals, and give them the opportunity to use their knowledge and use their craft to go on. I watched this with my own eyes, but the culture of New Orleans rap music, or New Orleans music culture, never embraced that. You know what I'm saying? Like the area where we from, the Lower Ninth Ward, I believe, in my opinion, is the most influential and the most historical ward in the whole city. There's a lot of talent. There's a lot of stories that come from down there, and that's why I support what I support. Again, for those of you who don't know me, allow me to introduce myself. My name is Dennis. I'm the creator, and I'm also the host of the Power of Positive Thinking podcast, where we deal with all things positive, where we try to change the mindset or expose the core beliefs that could potentially change the mindset of anyone that's paying attention.